Okay, let's hope this works this time. Okay, hi everyone. Experiments are happening. This is the second time I've done this, but I'm still just trying to make sure. Just trying to get OBS to connect was difficult. Okay, so if you're in the chat, get in the chat. Please do, verily and forsooth. Hopefully you can see these cards. Hi, I'm Andy. Welcome to Solitary Sunday. Isn't that fun? Isn't that fun stuff? I'd like to see. Be nice if I could keep an eye on the chat, but I may or may not be able to. We shall see. That's why we're doing this. Experiments are happening. Get Gaming is alive and kicking. And we're gonna get some games. So. Oh, I need to get my whiskey. We got this all set up. Also, I'm gonna push this back as far back as I can. Do you like our tablecloth? Eek! Eek! Boo! Eek. So this is the newest Button Shy. Hopefully you can see that. By Ted Heidersdorf, who did At the Helm, which is one of my favorite Button Shies. It's a solo-only deck-building game. This game is not solo-only. It says 1 to 3 in the rules. Hopefully there's not too much glare there. It does have a pretty easy solo mode, though, and I just played this with Rich, too, and he was kind of whatever about it. He didn't hate it. He was just, I don't know, just didn't care or what have you. It's a tableau building game. So I'm going to start with our little market of 3. I'm pretty sure this was part of the contest where you're supposed to use numbers 1 from 18 in an unusual way. So you'll kind of see in this game how it uses them. So I have my market of 5, and I have to order them like so. Is that glare really bad? Let me know if that glare is really bad, guys. I might be able to do something about it. Does that help or make it worse? I think that made it a little better. Hopefully. It feels dark to me, but hopefully it does not feel dark to you. Overhead is gone. So so you're supposed to order them. The bigger numbers go at the top, the lower ones go at the bottom. This is very much like, if you couldn't tell, it's a skiing theme. So we're going to be drafting cards from this little tableau and basically trying to make a ski route. Basically, it has like this big. Do you remember that ski game from Microsoft circa the 90s? That's kind of what this is. And if you hear noises, that's either the roommate's birds or it's actually raining here in California right now. Praise be. So I have the door open. Hopefully it's not too much white noise. Fall. It's finally arriving. Wonderful. And you may notice a little crocodile baby in there. I just wanted to fill in that corner. I'm still not the best at the streaming thing, so I just wanted to fill something there to make these strange little Tetris shapes work in the streaming software. So we have our market of 5. So I have 18, 17, 16, 13, 9. And you do them from the biggest numbers on top to the smallest numbers down here. And basically the way that you'll draft is if you see like these different connecting ski routes. So you'll start from the top card, and anything that connects to the top card, you will be able to draft. But you have to draft the card where that particular route ends or goes off the edge. So like this one here, I would have to follow it all the way to here. And that means I could draft this card. If I follow this one, it goes off here, I would be able to take that 17 card. And if I have this one at the top, I would just take that top card because it comes onto that card and it just goes straight off that card in a little loop-de-loop. So you're going to be building out 8 cards into your tableau. And actually, I'm going to put this over a little bit because you guys are not going to be able to see my tableau. That's looking pretty crooked, but oh well. You know, just imagine you're skiing and you're like twisting at the hips like this or something. I mean, I could also adjust this camera, but that helps straighten out a little bit. So let's say I wanted to draft this bottom one. So I think, and I'm going to use it to start my tableau. So for this one, there's a bunch of symbols all over these cards. The main point is like these little diamonds that they're these diamond shapes and they're in different colors. I think there's pink, purple, and orange. And so these are going to potentially be points. So you're only going to be able to score one of your routes at the end of the game. So you're trying to basically make the longest connected route, basically, because you're only going to be able to pick one. And so the diamonds will be points. Basically, if you have cards adjacent to each other that are a smaller number along your route, so let's say I started my route here on the 17 card and it connected into the 9 card. Anytime your route goes to a lower number card, you get 2 points for that. So you're also, in addition to trying to connect the route together, you're also trying to connect it in such a way that the numbers will allow you maximum scoring. And if you have these little green energy bolts, will let you ignore negative points from any Yetis that are poking their heads out along your route. They're so cute. They're like, hello, I'm poking my head out of my hole in the burrow. I had some skiers out here. I'm a Yeti. So those will be negative points. Any Yetis that are literally going like this on the edge of your route. And you can use those green energy lightning bolts to, I don't know, run away from the Yeti or whatever. Also, if your route ever connects, you can't do them this way. You can only ever flip them completely upside down, I believe. If I had something like this, the forest, any trees I would slam into, stop my route. So I have to stop scoring because I hit a tree, I guess. If you don't know this game, this like, it's not even a Flash, it's like pre-Flash game that was on like the 90s Windows 98, the skiing game. If anyone, where the Yeti would like pop out and eat you if you slammed into a tree, you know, just would scurry out from behind the tree and go, no, I'm gonna eat you. That's very much, I would bet my life that Ted was very much inspired by that game, that video game for this one. So if I ever hit any forest, that will be the end of my route. I have to stop and I can't score anything past that forest. However, if I have these green energy bolts along the path, that will allow me to ignore Yetis and forests. And I think that's all the things you get points for at the end. When we go to scoring, I'll obviously go over all that. But I drafted the 9, or if I didn't draft the 9, that's what's left. We're saying that's what I drafted now. And then in the solo mode, similar to the multiplayer mode, you always refill to 5. And then the AI is just going to automatically take a card away. Here, I'm going to put that up a little bit. It's creating a little bit of a shadow. I just have the computer, the webcam on some boxes. This is pretty ghetto, so bear with me. So the AI is basically just going to follow the routes to do the drafting in the same way that you would, but it always takes the lowest number card. So this actually is so beautiful that this connects all the way down to the bottom card, because the lower number cards are generally worth more points. You'll notice they have more things on them often. But yeah, so it's taking the one, the AI gets that, and then the AI doesn't build its own tableau. It just basically scores for all the diamonds and all the lightning bolts that it has in its deck, scoring deck at the end of the game. Oh, and I didn't explain these little symbols in the top right corners, but basically if I have 2 of a symbol in my tableau, there's pink pluses, which will allow me to add a 6th card to the drafting column before I select. The green arrows, when I draft, I'll be able to skip. So like if I followed this and I wanted to draft the next card, I could just jump to the next one. Or like a better example would be, oh, I'm going to jump to this one and take that card. So that's what the green arrow lets you do. And if you have two yellow hex looking things, I'm not sure if there's an exact name for these in the rulebook. This is only like the third time I'm playing this. Plan is the pink plus, jump is the green arrow, and then the hexagon is stop. So if you have two of those, that will allow you to draft anything anywhere along the little route in the drafting column. So if I was following this route here, I could take like this one, or this one. I don't have to go all the way and draft the bottom card at the end of the route. So the stop ones are probably the most useful. I already have a pink plus over here though, so that's nice. I just want to check chat real quick and see if there's anyone watching. Oh, hi, Tim. Hi. How you there? I pulled my window over and I could see your chat. Hello. Yeah, thanks. I scored this game totally wrong the first time me and Rich played it, and he got in the negatives, and I think I got all of 1 point. So I figured out though with the Yetis, only the Yetis that are along your route are negative, which is nice. Too many Yetis were in our lives. We were overwhelmed with Yetis. And we just played it again today, as I said, and Rich was kind of like, he's like, I don't even care what's going on in this game. And I'm like trying to help him score points, and he's like, I don't even care. Like, it just, he's not a fan of it. But I like it. The little route building, it's a fun little one. I wouldn't compare it to Kaido. It kind of reminds me of some of the, I guess as far as like, you know, the routes and you're able to skip things and stuff. But it's giving me a little bit of that Sprawlopolis vibe. You'll kind of see when the tableau kind of builds out a little bit more. But a lot of these Button Shy games have kind of these tableau building things. So it's light, you know. So what's the next card I should draft? I want more pink diamonds. I'm working on pink diamonds, so I see no pink diamonds in this column right now. So I see a bunch of Yetis. Here, if I follow this route all the way to the bottom, I could go here and get another pink plus. I'm like crossing my arms right now. Like, and so then the way when you're adding things to the tableau, you can't add them like, you know, perfectly perpendicular to the card. You can add them to the sides. That's fine. But when you're building to up or down, you have to kind of stagger them like this. So this is something that kind of reminds me of River Wild. It's one of the most recent Steve Arminis from Button Shy. Has a similar kind of way that you build out the tableau, similar to this. Yeah, so you just can't do that. You just can't do that. You can do this. You can do that. You can do this. And you could do that. Which I'm going to do this one. Well, maybe I want to connect. I wish I could do that. I just said that I can't, though. You can flip them upside down like this, though. And then I'd have a little route like that. And that's like 4 energy right there. So maybe I'm just saying screw you to the pink diamond. Indeed, figuring out game rules can be a journey. I just had a conversation with someone we may both kind of know. It designed a certain game that I might have released a video about on this very topic. Hi, Taylor. Mazel tov. Okay, I think I'm sticking with that because whatever. So, also I should note, when you draw new cards to add to your tableau here, you always have to kind of reorder them if you have any numbers that are higher than others, because it's always from the highest number to the lowest number there. So those routes will kind of be constantly changing. I love that I still have this long connected route here, though. That's a forest, though. So if I followed that one, I'd have to take this one with the forest, and I'm not sure I want to do that. So I have a pink diamond here, orange diamond here. I think I'm going to try to extend this little path here with all the little energy points. Because those are worth some points at the end of the game as well. So maybe... Oh, Tim, do you like the little alligator baby? He just put on the screen because I was just trying to fill in that hole. He's just hanging out there in his cryogenic tube. You know, a monstrosity of science. The cloned alligator. Purple? I don't have any purple diamonds. I said I need orange diamonds, right? I could follow this path and take this little orange diamond here. Because then what I could do... Oh, I can't put it there. I'd have to put it like this. Well, I can turn them upside down, right? I could do that. But then I'm not going to be able to connect that to that like I want to. But I could put it down here like this. And then those two orange diamonds would be connected. But then I wouldn't be connected to these lightning bolts here, which I said that I wanted. But I might be able to make loop-de-loops to it somehow. I'm still trying to figure out in this game how to make you get points if your path like crosses over itself. So I'm still trying to figure out how to make some like figure eights happen in this game. Yes, I think the alligator is perfect for Halloween. It's from some comic web series, I think. It's some like character... It's like the character's pet is like this genetically modified alligator or something. I don't know. I just thought it was super cute because I like alligators and reptiles of all kinds. Okay, here's a 6. I'm just sticking with that because whatever. Maybe we'll be able to make it connect. Oh, but the AI has to take a card away from me. Okay, it always takes the lowest one. So I think that's the 6 I just put there. Sure. Bye-bye. Oh, and I don't think I had the AI take away another one, because I have 3 cards, so the AI should have 3 cards too. Here. Let's just retroactively do that. Who cares? The 4 is going away too. Whatever. Like. Thank you for joining me, Tim. I'm glad to have somebody in the chat. Lordy Lou. What am I trying to do here? I don't even know. So I have a nice little path snaking all the way down here. With that beautiful Yeti. And 3 orange. Okay, I'm taking it. Let's just try to connect it to this. Because actually this would be perfect. Because then I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 points right there. Mazel tov to me. Okay, now, to remember, the AI takes things away from me. So, it's gonna take that one. That's 7, but Jesus swept. I'm gonna have to go out of, that's confusing me, looking at that screen. So I could draft this with 2 more orange. Ooh, I just heard a boom. I think it was a door, but not thunder. I think it stopped raining. It stopped raining. Okay, I'm going to take the 5. And if I could get this loop-de-loop to connect to that. Oh, up here. Nice. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 loop-de-loops, but I have a Yeti poking his head out here. So, you know, that's a thing. Yetis are a thing on this mountain. Mount Yeti, indeed. That's what it should be called. Okay, and I'm still... This one's going now. Welcome, AI. And this is a 14. So I have to kind of reorder them like that. So what's interesting about the drafting here, I think it's very interesting because I'll move these up a little bit just in case you can't see them. Oh well, I don't know. What's interesting about the drafting in this is you're constantly like kind of like building and unbuilding routes in the drafting column too. So I don't know. It's probably like the hook of this game. In different ways to draft, you know. Oh, I just remembered. I said I can't do things like that. I can't have the card perfectly perpendicular. It has to be staggered. So there you go. I fixed it. I mean, this game is Halloweeny, right? Because it has like the Yetis in it. Oh my god, Tim, you did not get Gay Sauna. I saw the Kickstarter and I had some feelings about it. And I showed it to Rich and he was like, oh my god, for real? And then I told him like wasn't one of the stretch goals of Gay Sauna, like the towels came off and you could get like the totally like X-rated cards. For anyone watching this that has not heard of this Kickstarter or this game, I hope you're not offended by like gay promiscuity because it's about bathhouses. It looked like actually a decent game mechanically, so you should let me know how it is. Of course you do. Mazel tov. Okay, well let me know. Aren't they called like meat or like you're hunting them like or fresh meat or whatever it is? Oh, it's so bad. I was never much of a bathhouse person myself, even in my more younger days, but Rich is definitely of that bathhouse generation still, very much so. The whole cruising thing. Visitors. They're visiting bathhouse, of course. We're visiting, seeing the sights. We're not here to have anonymous sex. Of course not. I came for the sauna only. I do kind of... Maybe I will try to cover it at some point. I don't know. I just was like... I would feel so awkward playing that game with someone... like my straight girlfriends, which is most of who we play with. I'm sure your friends are excited to see the sites. They sound like a bunch of pervs. All offense to your friends. Please don't unsubscribe. Yeah. If someone's watching this after the fact, I hope you're looking at the chat right now. But anyway, Yetis. Talking about big hairy things. Oh my god. Yeah, the tokens, I'm sure, in that particular game. Oh my god. Oh my god. Well, you can send me the pics. Maybe send it over private message. So Yetis. So I don't know if I mentioned 8 cards in the tableau, so I'm at 5 already. So this game goes fast, and then hey Tim, if you have a request for something to play, I'm not doing a solo Stonewall right now though. But I'm open to doing something else. This is the second time I've done this like live. No, you're fine, Tim. You were fine. Like I'm mostly here to chat. Like this is not that super serious because I'm just like doing another test. Because I had to figure the setup for this because we're streaming my island tomorrow and I've never streamed with Rich before and this is only my second time. And now I actually have an overhead setup that's okay. So I'm hoping this is just, kind of solitary Sunday. Hey, I'm cool to chat with you. And now you see how I am. When we play games, we're so distractible. Like, this is not out of the ordinary. I don't know. I could take this one. Do I have enough symbols to start doing any special drafting things? I do have 2 pluses, so I could add a 6th one to this, and I think I shall. What am I going for? Orange? So if I follow that one, I can take that one. If I follow, okay. This is seeming most likely. And then I do want this little stop symbol, because if I can get 2 of them, that'll make it easier for me to draft, though I only have so many left. But I see a bunch here, too, so I can take that, right? Yeah, it's legal. Make sure my placement is legal. Yes. Now this is a thing of beauty. So right here, so I connected this route here, and that connected to that original route I was building with the lightning bolts. Oh my god. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 on the orange, and then I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of those energy bolts. Cool. Awesome. So I guess this is technically going to be the first video on this game, I just realized, because I got this as part of the Button Shy Board Game of the Month thing, and I don't even think review copies have been sent out for this game as far as I'm aware. Thank you, Tim. That was nice. I'm starting to get a little better at this game. That just arrived in the mail 2 days ago. So the AI has to take something. I don't think I needed to refresh because I added the 6 card from the last one, actually. So which one did I just add? Was it this one? I'll just say it was that one. That I don't have to refresh. And just let this AI take... What's it going to take? This 2? Well, I don't need purple diamonds anyway. Now, oh, and the 15 has to go below that 16. Yeah, I love the Button Shy Board Game of the Month Club. I think, I'm super into the Button Shy. I'm basically trying to collect them all at this point. And so I think it's really worth it. It's like $18 a month for the tier that I'm on, and I even got a shirt. So, I think it's really worth it because you are the first one to get the new games, too. And you get like free promos and expansions and stuff too. And a discount. You get like a little Patreon discount for their Kickstarters and stuff. So that's nice too. Oh, who is that in the chat? Is that M is from People? Hi. Hi, which I'm pretty sure it's Mitch. She's usually the one responding to me. And if it's Morgan, I'm so sorry for adding you in the Discord earlier. I really meant it with love and mostly to poke fun at myself. About hiatuses. And yes, live. Officially, this channel is finally coming out of its hiatus with a bang. Let me tell you what. Like, finishing that Stonewall Uprising video almost destroyed me as a human being. Oh, it's raining again. I'm so glad it's fall, you guys. I'm so glad. But yes, Super Slopes by Ted Heidersdorf. Very good. If you haven't played At the Helm, definitely try that one. It's so good. Hi, Morgan, too, and Mitch. I'm glad you could join us. I know it's probably pretty late for you guys on a Sunday, on a work night, a school night. But thanks for being here. Our sister channel. Okay. What am I doing? I'm not used to this whole streaming thing, I see an orange diamond there. Oh, I still have this plus ability. So I can add a 6 card, and I think I will. So when you run out of cards, it doesn't really trigger the end of the game. You just keep going until you've drafted 8 cards, essentially. Let me just double check that I gave the AI what it needed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, we're good. So, I know does this look like a mess? This looks like a mess, I know. And you guys are like, what is he even doing? We'll have a better AI deck here, keep things neat. Also, I know this table cover is very busy, if festive, but Rich really insisted on it. I prefer more neutral one because this is already kind of messy looking with the ski routes and stuff. which is why Rich doesn't like it. It's a little much on the eyes at times. Yeah, I like the cute little Yetis, kind of break it up. So, I need more orange diamonds. Well, I was just so stoked that I was able to connect all this action. And if I can get it... Oh, it's crossed over on itself right here. So that's going to be stuff. If I could make it cross over itself twice, that would be amazing. Because that would be an extra 2 points. So I added one more using my little plus power. I could take this. Then for my last drafted card, I would have 2 of these yellow symbols. So that would be helpful for my the final key to my lock or my puzzle or whatever mixed metaphor I'm trying to make right now. I could do that. I do want the orange to connect to this somehow, though. So maybe we want that. Because then at least I get an extra point, that extra orange diamond. I don't know if you guys can even make out what's on these cards right now. It's a lot. But you let me know. Okay. And then the AI has to take something. And, oh, I realized this 11. These are not in... Oh, these are in order. Sorry. They're the right order because it's lower numbers, higher numbers. So, the AI takes that card. And it will put it oh so neatly on that pile there. For anyone that's at all OCD. Now, I have these 2 yellow things. So basically, I can draft any card I want because they're all connected by this one route here. And the stop sign lets me basically draft anywhere along that route. So, what seems good? I don't see any more orange diamonds, so that's not happening. Another energy point may be good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 because it's a point for every 2 unspent energy at the end of the game, so having an even number would be good. However, I think I also have a Yeti I'm going to need to deal with at the end, don't I? Maybe I don't. Oh, no, Yetis. Okay. Then I think I need to take one with an energy bolt. However, that's either this one or this one here, the 16. The other thing to think about, too, because there's multiple layers to the scoring, is I want the cards along my route, depending, you can kind of pick which edge you start from on the route, I'm pretty sure. The rules aren't really specific about it. It just says, sort of track it from an edge. And like I said, for the scoring, if the next card along the route is a lower number than the one that came before it, depending which direction you're going, you can get 2 points for that. So, like, if I put this here or something, the lightning bolt wouldn't connect there, though. It's the only thing. And this is pretty curly Q-esque, so I'm thinking of not taking that one, actually. So maybe this one. Will it work? Like, this would be better, because then I'm connecting to that this big old thing. And then it would cross itself there. Cross itself there. I guess that was the first cross. Yeah, and that would be the 2 crosses. That's 4 points right there. Okay. Oh, and also, as I was saying, so if I start this from this edge, like let's say, well, let's just go to square, because it's basically the end of the game. I just have to give the AI one more card, and I'm just giving it 15. So the AI should have 8 cards, and I should have 8 in my tableau. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Perfect. I can do basic math. Counting. So not even addition, it's counting. But now we are going to have to do some actual math. And obviously it's a button chat game, so there's no like score pads or anything. Oh, cool, guys. Tarot Destroyer, we got our first bot in the chat. Have I made it yet? I have bots in the chat. Thanks, Tim. Oh, I'm glad you can read it. That's good. That this pleases me. This is more successful. I was like tearing my hair out earlier at about like 7:05 trying to get live up. So, time to score it. And I know you guys, maybe if you caught on to all the stuff I was talking about scoring, but here's how we're going to do it. And for the AI scoring, like I said, it's basically just you count up, as I recall, the diamonds and the lightning bolts. The AI scores 1 point for each diamond, all types, and each energy on its cards. And the total number of cards the AI ends up with is based on the difficulty level. It says normal is 8, so, you know. So I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, because of lightning bolts, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. So I just have to beat 22. I like that it's not a solo mode where it's beat your high score. It's like beat the AI score, which I kind of prefer over just beating your own score. It's a little more interesting. So I got to score my thing here. So let's see how much energy I have, because it's the first thing it lists. So we are scoring this beautiful. This is by far the best I've done in this game so far, guys. This is great. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 energy, which I can either use to counteract any Yeti or forests along the way, but I don't think I had any on this route, which is a thing of beauty. And again, like I said, the first time we played, oh, there's one Yeti at the end, at the very tail end. So that kind of tracks thematically because the Yeti popped out of his den and ate me because I was skiing across his lawn. Okay, so I have 6 energy that I don't need to use. So it's 1 point per every unspent 2 energy. So that would be 3 points. Okay, and we're doing addition and division in the scoring. So I don't have to worry about negatives from the forest and the Yeti. The forest isn't a negative. It just stops your scoring path, so you're not able to score the whole thing. The Yeti is just -1 for each one that pops out. And so obviously you can use the energy to counteract that. So diamonds, you have to choose 1 diamond type. You can only score 1 color, and obviously I went for orange because that's all that's on my scoring path here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8. Not bad. I think I've been averaging like 3 or 4 in the other 2 games of this I played, so that's good. So that's 8 plus 3 from the unspent energy, so that's 11. Then they call it slope scoring, so you score 2 points for each card with a lower number than the previous card. So it doesn't give you like guidance on how to decide where to start from, but I guess it's just whatever's going to score you more points. So like if I start from this 12 here, maybe I'll start from the 12 goes to the 17 and then to the 10. If I start at this edge, it'd be the 3 to the 13 to the 10. So I think either way, let's see. So 12 to 17, that's higher. 17 to 10 is lower. Okay, so that's 2 points. 10 to 3 is lower, so that's 4 points. 3 to 5 is not lower. 5 to 14 is not lower. 14 to 9 is lower, so that's 6. 9 to 10 is not lower. 10 to 13 is not lower, but 13 to 3 at the end is lower. So that would be 8 points if I went that way. This is like the most complicated part of the scoring. So let's just go with that. So 8 plus 11 is 19. That still wouldn't be enough. But I do have my crossings. So I crossed, and it's crossing yourself, not just crossing other routes. So it's kind of like looping back over yourself. So 1 cross here, right? Because then I cross myself here. I guess that's the same crossing. Would that be 2? So it's 2 points for each card on which the ski run crosses itself. So that's really 1. So that would be 2. So that would be 21. So I'd be 1 point short of not scoring the AI. Which way did I score the slopes? Let me go and start from the Yeti, because I think before I started over here, yeah? So why don't we start from the Yeti and rescore the slopes? Because if I could get 9, I'd tie. If I could get 10 for my slopes, I would beat the AI. So 3 to 13, not lower. 13 to 10 is lower. 10 to 9 is lower. 9 to 14 is not lower. 14 to 5 is lower. 5 to 3 is lower. 3 to 10 is not lower. But 10 to 17 is not lower. But 17 to 12 is lower. So it's 2 for each time that happens. So that's 10 points. So that would get me 10, 21, plus my crossing for 2. That would be 23. So I beat the AI by 1 point. Definitely the highest score. I think I've been scoring in single digits the other 2 times I played this game. No, earlier today with Rich, I think I got to 19. So this is the first time I broke 20. So that's cool. So for the AI here, so this is basically the base game. So you have, the AI has as many cards as you do. However, in the more difficult modes, the AI gets 9 and 10 cards for extreme. That's the level of difficulty. It's extreme. You chugging an energy drink, or the AI is chugging an energy drink, I should say. And I guess that would mean the AI would just get the last 2 cards out of the draft. So that's how that would work. Cool. Yes, Tim, I'm going to definitely log this high score on my my BGG thing. Because I do track like high scores and like that for the BGG stats that I do, which that we're doing a combined video for our monthly math for September and October, because September the only things we played was A Feast for Odin and Fayu, which is actually right here. This has not been available. I'm going to do it here in the FaceTime camera so you can see it a little better maybe. This is not the most recent Friedman Frieza game, but one of the more recent ones. Thank you, Mitch and Morgan, for my good job. I was very happy. So me and Rich played this a couple of times already. He really enjoyed it. It's a very interesting take on deck building and also a route building game. You're in ancient Egypt. So this is one that came out a couple of years ago. It came out at the height of COVID, I think, and it didn't have any distribution in the States other than through Board Game Geek's website, because they do sell games on the Board Game Geek, like their official marketplace, like not the used marketplace, but like the website's merch marketplace, if that makes sense. So yeah, and this is one the Brothers Murph have been proselytizing for a while, and I generally agree with my fellow Sacramento natives, Mike and Nick, on such things. I found out I have a lot of friends in common with Nick and Mike that like live here. Like I'm like have a lot of friends that are like with people they went to high school with, and like even like their parents and stuff, which is weird. But because I live in Rancho and I think their parents live in Rancho, like I saw them posting pics like they were like 5 miles away or something. Random. But yes, this is a very good game. I think we're going to try and cover it on the channel. I don't know when the next playthrough we're going to do is going to be a smaller one, a shorter one. And if it's for a game like this that I don't feel as like emotionally invested about, like Stonewall Uprising, I was just like, oh my god, I was just wrecked, guys, doing that video. Just, if you watch the review at the end of that video, like we were literally almost about to start crying. Like, and we had to refilm several times, and just, it's really intense because, you know, Rich has a lot of friends that died from AIDS in the 80s, so that was, that's always a very, like, emotionally fraught thing when we play that game often, and we've had some, like, really intense conversations when we were prepping for that game. Like, we just had to stop playing the game at some points and, like, just unpack that emotion. It's a very emotional game, and so, yeah, we wanted to make sure that when we did the video, and I wanted to make sure, as the person that edits these things, that we were, being informative and educational and, doing this is subject matter justice, because I think Taylor did such a great job doing it justice with his game. So I wanted that to be reflected in the playthrough. And I haven't seen any other gay couple do a 2-player playthrough of that game, just a lot of solo content. And that game isn't really the best solo game, in my personal opinion. We talked about that a bit in the game, but like just that AI deck is so uprising is like, talk about a machine. Ugh. But this one is a really fun 2-player game. This does also have a solo mode, but you're kind of just working through the deck. It's not, there's like kind of a campaign in it, but it's kind of a little dry as a solo game. I much prefer it multiplayer. So I hope we can cover that soon. I don't know why I brought that up right now. I can't remember. But as long as you guys are here, we're chatting. So, oh my god, it is a small world, Tim. Like with the Brothers Mark. Well, that's Sacramento. Anyone that is at all from the Sacramento area, it's like 1 or 2 degrees of separation at most. Like it's not like a small town either, but that's just kind of the way this city is. Yeah. Bye, Mitch and Morgan. I will tell Rich she said hello. Okay, Tim. What should we play next? Nothing too heavy. It hasn't even been an hour yet, but that's chill. So that's Super Slopes. Yeah, it's interesting. I said in the review that playing as Pride, I think, is much more stressful than playing as the man, for sure. I think playing as the man, it could be very emotionally triggering for a lot of people, unless you're me, and I'm like just totally like black-hearted and nothing gets to me, I guess. It's like getting into like the evil mode, especially, it wasn't even that bad in that playthrough. There was like a couple of times when we were playing that game and I was just cackling the whole time and we're just getting very upset. But, I think for some people playing as a man, I could see it being a lot more triggering. I'm just, very thick-skinned, I guess. And I think for the other person playing, I just still think playing as Pride is the one that really makes you feel more emotionally invested. And the man, that big rules mistake I made, well, one of them, with not, pushing the cube back towards his side. It's like things like that make me think maybe I was subconsciously like trying to throw the game. Like you kind of feel that way sometimes as the man. Like I don't really want to win because winning as the man doesn't really feel good, which I think is deliberate, obviously. But yeah, I don't know. Like there's so much to unpack emotionally with that game, and I think we did an okay job with it. But it's still just there's no other game like it. In my personal opinion. So I haven't learned this one, but this is another new one that came. The Royal Limited. This is a Scott Alms game. I don't know if I want to sit here and like learn things on stream. That's probably not a good idea. But just to kind of show you. So when you buy this new, it doesn't come with an expansion, but when you get them in the Board Game of the Month Club, they will send you, or the Wallet Game of the Month Club, I think is what it's called, because these are like wallets. They'll throw in the expansions. And often Button Shy now, like even their new games, just they throw in, have expansions ready to go at the beginning, because they're only 18-card games generally. And so that's the thing. Yeah, and Votes for Women, that's on the list for the next one. Me and Rich were talking about it, and Tori Brown, the designer of that, we're friends on Twitter, and I keep on promising her that's the next game on my wish list. I'm gonna get it after I get A Feast for Odin, and I did finally get A Feast for Odin. He's back here, big boy on the shelf somewhere. I'm not gonna pull him out, but because that had been one that I just played online all the time, and I finally got a physical copy, and me and Rich played a lot in September, and that's a big honker. But, because it's like an $80+ game, and I think Votes for Women is still, isn't that MSRP, like $80 or something? So, But I'm hoping we'll get it soon and play it. I feel like didn't like the yearly anniversary of the 19th Amendment already pass? I'm not sure. It would be cool to coincide it with that. I love A Feast for Odin. It's like my favorite game. It's my favorite game of all time. So, and I managed to teach Rich to it. He was scared, and I was scared to teach it to him because that is a game that can really, your first experience with it can really make or break your enjoyment of it, I feel. And I've just heard so many horror stories of people that have been taught A Feast for Odin badly the first time and just never want to even go there again. So I'm trying really hard to very consciously to become a better game teacher and rules teacher. I was saying to Taylor earlier, I feel like I have a PhD in that rule book of a Stonewall Uprising. So, but even if we're not doing a video on it, I do want to make sure that I'm, just becoming a better teacher. 'Cause I'm the one that always teaches the games, like to everyone, not even in our own group, in other people's groups, I'll end up teaching the games too. Oh, you got Deadly Dowagers? We are obsessed with Deadly Dowagers right now. We have played it with like at least 4 different people at this point, and I think that's the next playthrough we're gonna do before Halloween. We're gonna try to pop one out in the next week. Fingers crossed, because that would be perfect for Halloween. Because murder. It's so good though. It's so good. It's such a great drafting game. We played it with my niece and her boyfriend, and they really love drafting games, and they really enjoyed it a lot. I was working on a solo mode for Deadly Dowagers too. There isn't one, as far as I know. Yeah, and I like teaching. I am a teacher. Rich is a retired teacher. You would think he would like, but he doesn't like reading rule books. He's not a technical minded person, in his words. And I am much more technically minded. So I just had to become an expert at deciphering these rules. But I was talking to Taylor about this earlier. It's like some of these publishers, it's not, the whole thing of the Stonewall Uprising rulebook is not an isolated incident. Like, there's so many publishers that they just, I don't know where the good rules book editors are. Oh my god. Yeah, basically. You know what, Deadly Dowagers, there's like, it reminds me so much of one of my favorite novels of all time is Vanity Fair, which is a Victorian novel, and the main character in that is this anti-heroine named Becky Sharp, who's just trying to claw her way up in the world, and one of the big plot points in the later part of that novel is her murdering a guy for his inheritance. So that's kind of the vibe that I get from that game. It's very, like, blackly humorous satire on Victorian morals, And so when we were playing Deadly Dowagers with Anna, my niece, and her boyfriend Logan, he just spent the whole time, he was married to this one guy the whole time, and he was just cheating on him constantly. He was playing all these affair cards over and over and over just to get money. And I beat him to the Duke by 1 point, or $1, I should say. It was 1 turn. And so, yeah, it's so fun. But I guess if you're sensitive about, men getting murdered by their frustrated wives, maybe you would not be into that game. I don't know. Oh, who's calling me? Is that Rich? That is Rich. Rich.
Hi.
Hi, you're on stream right now. Say hi to Tim.
Oh, hi, Tim.
He says, "Don't I deserve love and jewelry?"
Yes, of course.
We were talking about Deadly Dowagers. We need to... I was going to tell you, we're going to film Deadly Dowagers next week.
Yeah, well, we know that game really well, so...
We do. And Mitch and Morgan were on stream, too. That was fun.
Really?
I know. I'm like totally just like... You can tell, like, the stream is just, whatever, because... Tim says, "Hey, Rich."
Hey.
Hey, Rich. Yeah, I mean, this video is going to be on YouTube, and I'm just here, like, taking your call on stream, but that's cool. It's like you're here in spirit.
Yeah. I'm glad that I called then.
Okay, what game should I play
Sounds like
next?
you're having a ton of fun.
Are you? Why aren't you in the chat? Why are you calling me? Why don't you just get the chat?
Me?
Yeah, you
How?
could totally be sending heart emojis.
Well, I don't know how.
You just go to our YouTube page and it should say we're live right now. And it's like a video. It's like a regular video. You just go
Oh,
to it and you click it and there's
okay.
like a live chat. There's a box. You could type in the box.
I'm going to YouTube, and then do
You're
I
gonna have to
just
guide him
type
through
in
this.
gaming? Oh, there it is.
Oh my
Live
god.
stream.
Okay, then I'm hanging up on you now.
No.
This is a board gaming stream. I need to play board games. So, well, I'm not doing the Royal Limited. I'm not learning stuff on stream. What could I do? I didn't plan this far, to be fair. How about Cafe? Have you ever played Cafe, Tim? That might be fun, just to pull out real quick. It doesn't take that long. I need something Halloween themed, though. I could do real quick. I mean, the Super Slips had the Yeti, so that was kind of... Oh my god, Rich says peekaboo. I'm so scared. Rich, what should I play? I don't... I was thinking the Cafe, just because it's right here. You know? Another tableau building game. We could do a little tableau building theme. Okay, I'll let you guys talk in the chat, and I'm just going to do Cafe, because whatever. Oh! I had ice! Okay, Tim, I don't know if you drink or if you like whiskey at all, but here is, I don't know if you can see this or if you'll be able to read this, but we got this at Grocery Outlet earlier. It's called Grace O'Malley, Irish Pirate Queen. Believe in Grace. Product of Ireland. So, I'm just going to make myself a drink, and we're going to have whiskey with this coffee-themed game. And that's what's going to happen. Thanks. Well, it's Solitary Sunday, so I'm trying to do more streaming for Sundays because it's often the time when I have the most Rich isn't here needing constant entertainment. So, and I play so much solo on Sundays usually. That's my big solo gaming day often. That's just going on the floor because I don't care. This ice isn't completely melted. There's quite a bit of water in the bottom though, so I should probably take that out. But yeah, I wanna make the Sunday streaming more of a habit. Is that enough whiskey, do you think? Have it a little more. Why not? Okay, I don't know if you played this game before, Cafe, but it's a really good solo game. Because it's a really multiplayer solitaire. It's another tableau building game. But you're pushing cubes around. And I don't even feel like getting a bowl right now for these stupid cubes. So that phone's going over there. I just have to thin these cards out real quick. They have nice, big, beautiful cards is the thing that's nice about it. And this is I probably won't do the promo card. And you don't use those in the solo game. Okay. And I think... How many do you take out for the solo again? Let's decide which cafe we want to do. So, Cafe Angola. Here, Rich can probably chime in on which cafe I should play as. Should I be Cafe Sao Tome e Principe, Brazil, or Cafe de Timor? Nemesis Lockdown. I'm scared to play Nemesis. I've heard so many horror stories about people just getting killed in the first 10 minutes of that game. Rich, which cafe should I be? I don't know. Here, while I wait for you to answer, I will thin out this deck accordingly. I think the espresso cards are already in there. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I don't know if you don't have this game, Tim, and you do end up ever getting it. I don't know if these espresso cards, they're kind of like a mini module, like a mini expansion. I think they come with the retail edition of this game now, but I'm not sure because there's been a couple of different printings of it. But the same publisher and design team, they're Portuguese. It's a Portuguese game. Café Brasil. Okay, that's good. So this is a Portuguese game, Portuguese publisher, Portuguese designers. They're coming up with a new game that's another tableau building game that's you're canning sardines. It's called Lata because, you know, in Portugal, like, fishing is like one of the only real industries there. So this one is basically set turn of the century Portugal. It has this really cool Art Deco style that I think you will enjoy. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. I think you take 16 out for the solo game, as I recall. When I first got a copy of this game, it was very out of print in the States. You couldn't find it, so I have the Dutch version. So like the first half of the rulebook is in Dutch. Solo game. Remove 8 cards with the star symbol. I did that, and another 16 cards. So yeah, it's 16. And then we're just going to get a mess of cubes. Usually I put this in a bowl, but I'd have to get up again. And I don't want to leave your side. Guys. So, there are 8 rounds total to this game. It's fairly short, especially solo. We probably will be able to get through this in 30 minutes. So you have 8 rounds. These are not the rounds, actually, Tim. These are the actions you have. So in this game, coffee cups are actions. So this is your starter card to your tableau. And all the cards are kind of divided into 6 segments. And they're either coffee cups or other symbols that'll give you special actions, which I'll kind of explain when we get to them. But all the other main 4 actions in the game are labeled A, B, C, and D. So the beans are A, so you'll need to use an action to seed adjacent beans. You know, those are your coffee beans. We're making coffee to deliver to cafes. And then B is you dry the beans, so you'll have to use an action to move them to a dryer, but you can only fit 1 color of bean on a drying spot at a time. Then C, you'll have to then move those dried beans to a roaster to roast the beans. Then you'll have to use 1 more action to remove the beans from the roaster and deliver it to different cafes, which will also pop up on the cards. A lot of the cafes take up 2 segments, or I think there's even some that take up 4 segments, right, Rich? So you'll kind of see those as we go through. And we'll be drafting cards to overlay this thing. You guys can see that, right? I'll put it here because we may have to move the tableau around as it grows. And so at the beginning of the game, you have 1 coffee cup, so you have 1 action. So I'll have 1 action to start after I draft. So the first stage of the round is we're drafting, and because I need to shuffle these espressos into here because they're just all on the top. So because I have the espresso cards in there, I will be drafting from a market of 4 cards. There is no AI in this game, by the way, which is why it's such a good solo game. It's such multiplayer solitaire that you don't even need to have an AI. You just draft 1 card and then discard the rest. So it should be 16 plus 8 is 24. There's 8 total rounds, so, you know, that should be 32 divided by 4. So we will be drafting 4 cards. That's probably good enough of a shuffle, whatever. So you're only going to be drafting 8 cards to build your tableau in the round, in the game, I should say. So let me put these That probably doesn't need to be on screen. Okay, and probably you can't see, there's some things cut off because my overhead cam is in landscape mode right now. So I'll just kind of move things over a little bit to help you guys out. So the first step of the round is I will be drafting one of these lovely cards and hope that it will do something for me. So we're going to be overlapping here. So, oh, you see one of these cafes here. So this one, as you can see, it kind of takes up 2 segments of the card instead of 1. And it has basically the colored beans and the amount that I'm going to need to deliver to that cafe during action D in my sequence of production, A, B, C, D. That's the easy way to remember how this game works. D for delivery. So I'm going to need to deliver 1 brown bean and 1 green bean to fulfill that cafe, and then I'll get those number of points at the end of the game. If you break 20 points in this game, you're doing pretty good. Also, I need to start with some beans in my warehouses over here. So you can deliver to cafes or you can deliver to your warehouse, and you can never take anything out of your warehouse, which isn't very thematic, but they will give you scoring at the end of the game. You'll score for your least amount of beans in each color of the warehouse. Which that scoring is a little confusing, but basically, like, if you have 1 color bean and you only have 1, you would get 2 points for that. Then the next least, you would get 1 point per bean. So, like, if I had something like this, and I had 1 yellow, 1 brown, 1 red, and 2 green, I would pick one of the colors that only has 1. I'd score 2 for that. Then for the green, I would score 1 and 1. 2 plus 2, I would get 4 points in this case. So obviously you want to put more beans in your warehouse, but remember 0 is technically considered the least. And actually the only time you can take beans out of the warehouse is to pay for cards. So the card is free if it doesn't have a coffee cup on it. However, if it has a coffee cup on it, you have to pay 1 bean for each coffee cup, and there's only ever 1 coffee cup on each card, I believe. These all happen to have a coffee cup on it. This card over here, though, has a ship. So if I have 2 ships visible in my tableau, I can buy coffee cup cards for free. So that's helpful. Also, if I ever get 2 dryers or 2 roasters next to each other, I will be able to deliver 2 different colored beans. So like I could deliver all my red to 1 dryer and all my green to 1 dryer. Then when I move them to roasters, I can move them both at the same time instead of having to spend a separate action to move beans off another dryer. So like if I had something like this and I had a bunch of red here and a bunch of green here, I would need 2 actions to deliver each of those dried beans to whatever roasters. But if they're next to each other, I only need 1. So that's kind of an important strategy in this game. Do I want the ship? Rich, do I want the ship? He's like all about those ships, and I am often not. Oh, so because we have the espresso one, this one has some special things on it. So this one, if I get this little 3 with the little, I think it's supposed to be a coffee cup or something, or like a cappuccino. If I get this next to a completed, fully delivered to cafe, that'll give me plus 3 points to that score. But you can only add it to 1 cafe, so you can't like double dip. And then this bag, I can put any colored bean on this A bag. So that is often useful. I do make the mistake of not taking a cafe early enough though. So you need a goal. You need cafes to deliver to. You could go for the whole game and never put a cafe in your tableau. Oh, also this espresso card, these are 2 red beans. So you'll notice most of the bean squares can only hold 1 bean at a time. Oh, these are all good choices, actually. I think I think I should go for the ship because it also has this dryer. And could I get the dryer next to the other dryer? Oh, I think it's impossible actually. Unless I cover up the other coffee cup. Which I'm not sure if I could do. Rich said not to take the ship. I hardly ever get to ships. And I win anyway. Fair. We are both equally good at this game, I would say. Okay, I'm going to trust you. And then, do you think I should go for the 2 red beans? Or maybe get a cafe? Or should I try to get that? I really like getting those +3s. Just load up that warehouse. So you're saying I should take the 2 red beans then. And do this. And then, so the other thing, Tim, is if you have a bunch of beans adjacent to each other, it only takes 1 action to fill all of that area of beans. So yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. Let's not be too AP about it. And now I have 2 coffee cup actions. Oh, but I had to pay for that. Oh, that was my example bean. So I'll pay the red because I got a bunch of red for my warehouse for that extra coffee cup. But now I have 2 actions, which is always great to have. In this game, if you ever get more than 5 actions, I think at least 5 actions is a good place with this game. So you want to get at least 5 coffee cups visible if you can. More is always better though. Like you'll get to the last round and like not have enough actions to make this stuff happen. You'll kind of see as we go. So obviously the first thing I need to do is get some beans. So for 1 action, my first action, let's get 2 red up in there, a green, and some yellow. So because these are all adjacent, I can fill it all up. So for my second trick, I guess I just have to dry. That's the only other thing I can do. So I have to pick a color. I'm thinking red because I just paid a red for that coffee cup. So let's just get that going on the production train. And that's it for this round. So now it's time to draft another card. Yeah, and I'm only drafting 8 cards. So let's see what we got here. Oh, this dude. So I love these espresso cards, by the way. These are all espresso cards. I did not shuffle this very well. Oh, well. So this dude, if I put a cube on him during the delivery step, remember, A, B, C, D. At the end of the game, I can take that cube off him and exchange it for any color and send it to the warehouse, which might help me with my warehouse scoring at the end. He sounds like he'd be a good thing, but I never managed to make him work for me. So, ooh. I'm feeling like I should have taken the cafe on the last round. Okay, I think let's just get a ton more beans. And I don't have to pay anything because there's no coffee cup on it. So let's just get a ton of beans. And let me know if this tableau goes like completely off screen and you can't see what I'm talking about because that seems likely to happen. I don't know, if I get maybe a cafe adjacent to this +2, it might be worth it. But I'm doing this mostly for the double green. So I can just take Rich's advice and just get a lot of beans in the warehouse. But that will require a lot more dryers and roasters adjacent to each other. But let's just restock here. And so this is not connected to this. It's only orthogonally adjacent beans that are considered part of your bean area, so to speak. So that was 1 action, which is to say diagonals don't count in this game, only orthogonally adjacent things. So for my second action, let's move the red into the roaster. So now they're getting roasted. And then next round I'll be able to deliver those. So I think I need a cafe because I can't score points, very many points, if I don't have cafes. And I also need to get some dryers and roasters adjacent to each other, which will probably require covering up some of this bean action. So 5 for my Coimbra Cafe. Established 1923. Look at that chandelier. That takes 2 brown and a red. Well, it looks like I'm going to have lots of red. I don't have any brown beans so far, though. So that's an issue. And I need more actions. But I also need a cafe. So what am I going to do? What am I going to do? This has a roaster on it, though. And so even if I don't get the roasters adjacent to each other, when you perform the D action and deliver stuff either to cafes or warehouses, the beans on the roasters don't have to be adjacent to each other. You can take them all off in one fell swoop. It's just when you're sending the beans to be roasted that adjacency matters. So, but I could use another coffee cup here. We're already on the 3rd card. We're already like, they're almost 30% of the way for the game, and I'm low on actions. So, you know what? So if I cover up any spaces that have beans on them, I'm gonna have to just discard all those beans. I won't get anything for them. However, this would put a dryer next to here, and I would have a coffee cup, which would be another action. I think this would be an easy cafe to fulfill. It's one little square. Villa Real, established 1925. I don't know. More coffee cups, Rich says. Well, you're right, and so that's this one. Look, then I just wasted all this time making those beans. Well, it's better to realize my folly early on. You're right. Sitting here trying to explain the game, and I'm not modeling very good strategy. Okay, I think you're right. I think that's what needs to happen. But I still gotta pay a bean. So let's pay the yellow. But at least I have 3 actions now. Okay, 3rd round, 3 actions. If you're averaging plus 1 action each turn, that's pretty good. Rich, thanks Tim that you're from Australia, because that to us apparently just sounds like some Australian guy that wrestles crocodiles, I guess. Okay, for my first trick, I'm just going to fill in some beans. Because I just lost a punch. And I'm feeling sad about it. But not that sad. So now I can send some things to be dried. And I have 2 spots to send some colors to. So I can just send these 2 green here. And these 2 yellow. So when you're sending stuff to be dried, also the beans don't have to be adjacent to send. You just have to send all of the same color. So like if I had a yellow here, I could have also placed it there. Okay, so I filled, I dried, well, we're going to have to free up some space. We only have 1 roaster right now, and I'm going to need to change that in the future, but it's time for a delivery, and I have no cafes still. We're almost halfway through the game. Lordy Lou, I need to get my life together here, okay, guys? So, this is how the solo game goes sometimes. It goes quick. But I think when me and Rich play, we get through this game easily in 30 minutes, 40 minutes, if Rich is being super AP about it. It's usually him being AP. You know, he's like a turtle on his back, and the arms are just going, I need a cafe, and I need a cafe bad, so that's just what's happening. Also, if I could get this roaster, it's not going to happen. Well, should I just cover up the ship and not even hold out hope on that? No, let's put it over here, because the good thing about that, and the thing I don't like about this table cover, is it bunches up. This will leave some space over here. You'll notice there's blanks on some of the cards to help facilitate getting things adjacent to each other. So I could easily put a card here and get a roaster next to there. So I think that's what I'm going to do. There's no coffee cup. Oh, but I could also do this and get a coffee cup instead of that. And then keep that 2 there and put a cafe next to it later. That sounds like a good plan. And I have 2 red, so I'll just pay red for it. Duh. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4 actions now. Okay, I'm feeling a little bit better about these proceedings. What is this saying to me? That's fascinating. Oh. Sorry, YouTube is like saying strange things to me. Let me guys know if you're still there, I guess. I'm not sure if the stream is having issues or not. But I guess I'll just keep going. So 4 actions. Should I refill more beans? Does it sound like a good idea? I still don't have a cafe. Well, I guess I'll just deliver a lot of stuff to the warehouse. So let's do that for an action. Let's do that over to that roaster for an action. And I will take 1 action to do that brown bean because I think I want to send off some brown here to be dried. Oh, but before I do that, why don't I fill in the rest so I could do 2 here and be more efficient. Scheme is about efficiency. I'm not sure I'm being the most efficient right now, but you know, such is life. Okay, well, we're off to the 5th round. Okay, Tim, it's good to know you guys are still there. I hope there wasn't an interruption in the video. I'm on the 5th round now, just in case there was. And I really gotta get a cafe. Like, this isn't even, like, not even remotely gonna win me if I don't have cafes. So, oh, also I should have mentioned, Tim, you have to cover at least 2 squares with each of the cards. You can't just cover 1. So I can't do stuff like that. Which I'm pretty sure I didn't do so far in this game. Yeah, Rich, I think Tim was like in DC or something. Somewhere in that area. Near Elizabeth Hargrave, our other favorite designer, who is coming out with a new Kickstarter about mushrooms. Can you guys see this down here? I don't know if you can, but it's down there. I might have to move. Oh, I have to move this thing with the beans up a bit. Okay. Just in case. This tablecloth is really bunching up a lot. Okay. I'm going to put that cafe down there. Because I don't want to cover up the other coffee cup. I just do... Well, I could take this coffee cup. That has a cafe. That's 2 points. But this one is 5. And I have a lot of green and yellow. I don't know. I really want to get another roaster, though. But if I don't get another roaster adjacent... See, and the issue I did with this roaster being like this, actually, is if I wanted to get something adjacent, I'd have to cover up another coffee cup there. So I kind of screwed myself there, which is less than ideal. So I think this is what's going to happen right now. um, that's what happened. Well, 1, 2, 3. We're still at 4 coffee cups. Oh, you know what I should have done? This. That's better. Because then that 2, at least I'll get 7 points for that. Because if I fully deliver to this Lisboa cafe here, it has the 2 next to it. So I can get some extra points, which I will desperately need. We need to get some stuff into this warehouse, buddy. Oh, also the reason I picked that cafe is I can deliver for my first action. There's a yellow and 2 green. And then this other one could go in the warehouse. Nice. Okay, that's only 1 action. So, I guess it's time to dry some more beans. So why don't we do some green there and that brown. And because they're adjacent to each other, I can deliver to both those dryers. But I'll need to do separate actions to deliver to these roasteries. Well, at least the brown for that. And I'm wondering if I should refill some beans for my last action. I do have another dryer over here. I could send the yellow there and just get that queued up. That's sounding like not like such a bad idea to me. I don't know. We'll see. This is one of those games like you never know, like you'll really feel like that you don't have enough actions. I think early on when we played this game, we added like 2 extra rounds to it, and you can play it that way, but it's really supposed to be a constricting puzzle. And you get used to being limited to 8 rounds after you've played it several times. I think I need another coffee cup and also another cafe. That's sounding good to me. I mean, this one's worth 6. But it doesn't have a coffee cup like this one does. So, I think putting that there. I would love to do this, but again, that's only covering 1. So I think this is the best place to put it. I don't know if you can see it though. I hope you can see it. I need to check OBS real quick. Sorry, I was just switching. I don't know if you guys can see it that well. But we'll just go up a little bit like this, and maybe then you'll be able to. Okay. So, I need red and brown. I have some brown on a roaster there. Why don't... Oh, I'm going to just get rid of these. It's not... Those aren't happening. So... Why don't we refill? That's sounding good to me. And I'm hoping I will start getting some beans into the warehouse soon. How many actions am I up to? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that was 1. So I'm at 4. I want to get another thing on the roasters before I lift them both off. So why don't we send... I'll send the red to be dried. And then the red to be roasted. Then the brown and the red to be delivered. So I will complete this cafe here. So, Cool. I got 7 here because 5 plus 2 and 5 there. So that's 12 points already. Okay, I'm feeling a little better about that action. And I have 1 action left, I believe. So why don't we... Oh, somebody's driving a motorcycle. Why don't we sip our whiskey while we think? I don't know. Why don't we... I feel this green and yellow, but this yellow and green's about to come off. Why don't we... I just don't know without knowing what my next cafe potentially could be. It's hard to say. So why don't we just send this yellow off here onto a roaster? That works. Okay, I think we have a couple of rounds left. The math, the reason you have to thin out the deck is the math here should work out. Yeah, this is the penultimate round. So we're in round 7 already. Goes fast. So, and I'm going to send this up a little bit more because I have a feeling you can't really see the bottom of this tableau too well. Maybe you can. What to do, what to do. 1, 2, 3, 4. I still have 5. So what do I need to draft here? I mean, another cafe probably. I see coffee cups also. I have some yellow that's about to come off. Yellow and green here. And another dryer. See, if I could do that, I'd have 3 dryers, but I'd cover up a coffee cup without replacing it with a new one. I could place it safely over there, but I think another coffee cup is what I really want in this life. I could do that, and I'd be replacing a coffee cup, but I'd get 2 roasters next to each other, which would be better. And like I said before, I kind of feel like 5 is still a good amount to be able to get stuff done. Oh, but with the coffee cup, I'll get an extra action. So yeah, let's pay the yellow. And let us... Oh, I think I pulled that up too far. I'm going to pull that down. It doesn't need to be quite that low, huh, guys? Okay. Sorry, you're just staring at my belly. My very colorful belly. Yeah, well, who knows? Maybe Tim's a chubby chaser. I don't know. Which Rich is probably blushing right now and going, oh my god, Andy, don't say such things. I'm like, well, he got that Gay Sauna game. Rich, you remember that Gay Sauna game I was showing you where you're literally like, it's that game where you're literally going to the bathhouse? So, we have 6 actions now. Or, no, we still have 5, huh? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, because I covered up 1 coffee cup. I just basically replaced it. So I can get these 2 roasters next to each other. Also, Tim, you can discard beans if they're blocking your way at any time. So I could just discard these because I'm thinking I want to send... But why would I do that? I could do that, just saying. But because I want to be able to send 2 colors at one time, that's a reason I might do that. But I think in this case, I probably just want to get a lot of yellow in there, maybe. Let's send some brown. Sorry. It's to be dried first. Because I want to manipulate this this warehouse a little bit. So, I have some red here. Why don't we go ahead, seed this red. And this is all connected. So I can seed all that. Now, I'm just going to deliver these yellow here, just to get them out of my life. So 2 yellow in my warehouse and 1 of the other colors. So now I can send these 2 at the same time, because these are together, so it only takes 1 action to do that. And then let's just deliver them 2 for my final action. So now, if I just get that red delivered by the end of the last round, I should do okay in my warehouse scoring, hopefully. We shall see. Hello. Oh, there's another 2. So like I said before, with these +2 things, you can only apply them to 1 cafe. I have this cafe over here though, so I'm strongly tempted, and this would give me another coffee cup too. Strongly tempted to put it like there, like that. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Rich, what do you think? I need to see the chat now. It's so hard. I wish you could see it in OBS. I think I should take it for the coffee cup, though. I really do think I should. And, you know, to add to that cafe, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. But another, or should I get another cafe? Would I be able to, with potentially 6 actions? I'm going to take 1 of a coffee cup for sure, so I'm going to have 6 actions. Will that be enough to make it happen for another cafe, or should I just try to add 2 to an existing one? There's a difference between +2 points and +4 points, so I think we should just go for the +4 points there. So, let us effectuate some things. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 coffee cups. So we're not doing awful with that, all that. So this is always, the last round is always the hardest, because you start to realize if you've made good choices or not. You know, we all make choices, Tim. But that was a choice, as Tatiana says. So let's just get these out of here. And you guys don't need to see all that anymore. I'm still kind of figuring my way around OBS. Here, Tim, you can look at, straight into my crotch. Don't get too excited. So this needs a brown, a yellow, and a red. Again, like I said, I can't just take stuff out of the warehouse. I wish I could just take stuff put stuff for safekeeping in the warehouse and to deliver later. That would feel more thematic to me, but I am not Costa and Rolla, the first nameless design duo behind this game, so I don't think I need to reseat though, actually, and that's one less step in my production process, so that's good. So brown, yellow, red, nothing's on a dryer. I just need 1 brown. Damn, I wish I had another brown bean somewhere, but okay, let's try some brown and some red. That's 1 action. And maybe this other yellow can go in this other dryer. That's 4. And then we can send these for an action. we can send this yellow to this roaster for another action. I think I'm going to be able to do it with an action to spare. Ooh, that would be so cool. Because I can take these all off for one action. All this yellow, this red, this brown. Yes! Awesome. So, brown, yellow, and red. And I completed that 4-point cafe. It was worth it. And then these just go into our warehouse. So actually, it's better than I usually do with this warehouse right now, actually, as you are about to see. So scoring the game is pretty easy. So you just basically count up the points for your fully satisfied cafe deliveries. So I had 4 here, 5 here. Oh, did I cover up that 2? Oh, no, I didn't have a 2 next to it. I didn't draft that card. So 4, 5, plus 5, plus 2. So that's 16 for my cafes, which is not the best. Usually you want to get like high teens or break 20 on them. But what do I have going on in the warehouse? So as I said, you score for the least. So the least I have is 2 because I have 2 brown and 2 red. You just kind of pick one. It doesn't matter. So I get 4 for my least because it's 2 for each in my least color. So my least color would be 2. My second least color would be these 3 green. So I get 4 for my least in that case and 3 for my next least. So that's 7 plus, what did I say, 16, 23. Now, if you look in the rule book, this is kind of, you know how I was saying in Super Slopes, I prefer games where you actually are just playing against AI as opposed to just beating your own score. Well, this one has a beat your own score kind of vibe to it. So it says for the solo game, 0 to 14 is poor, 15 to 22 is average, 23 to 29 is good. So I just squeaked into good. And if you ever watch Before You Play, they are the ones that introduced me to this game. And in their playthrough of this game, they were getting in, I think, the high 20s, like 26, 27. And that's a pretty good score in this game. Breaking 30 is very hard to do. I think the highest score I've ever gotten in this game was like 33 or something like that. It is possible to break 40, but they say 41 and above is the category is called good luck with that. So there's that. There is actually a solo campaign mode of this game on BGG that I've been wanting to try. It has like different kinds of criteria and it adds some extra different ways of scoring. And you just kind of work your way through them, kind of in any order it kind of looks like. And you just have like different, you're supposed to do like a certain amount of deliveries or get a certain amount of ships and things like that. So yeah, as you can see, it plays quite well solo. And that played fairly briskly. It took me a second to set things up. But yeah, if you've never played this game, Tim, you like solos, or it plays really well multiplayer. It is very multiplayer solitaire. But it's, it's nice and light. It's something, even if you play it at the full player count of 4, you can still get through it in like an hour, generally. Though sometimes, if people have a lot of, as you can see, there can be a lot of AP in this game. Like, I wasn't even being the most optimally efficient because I was just kind of, trying to bulldoze through it. But that's Cafe. Definitely one of my personal favorites. So, yeah, pretty good. I'm going to bring this closer now. Away from the games. Woo! Towards my beautiful face. Because I think we should be wrapping up in a second here. Hello. Hi. Welcome. Well, thanks for coming to the stream. And anyone else who is watching this stream after the fact is probably like, what the heck is even going on? But, we are having My Island stream is starting tomorrow, so hopefully that one will be a little bit more, now that I've figured out some things to see if this can work and got the stream key OBS working again, I'm hoping to do these much more regularly. So, and then I'll have Rich next time And so that'll be a time and a half. We'll be squeezing in here. Actually, the setup is not as bad for the stream as it is for when we do our regular videos. You know, I don't have to. I wasn't able to get my Yeti plugged in. My computer's not recognizing it, so I'm gonna try to see if I can fix that for tomorrow. I hope the audio was okay. I hope when I go and like listen to this, look at this live a little bit, I'm not like cringing in horror. But anyway, thanks for coming. And Rich, whose phone I guess died already. Oh. Diversity of themes. I just saw you comment, Tim, about diversity of themes. Yeah, I love coffee themed games, you know, because I love coffee. I'm like always over caffeinated, so. Well, toodaloo. I'm going to be getting off the stream now and doing some editing because I have an unboxing video to get up in the morning tomorrow before our My Island stream. So that's going to be a thing. Yeah. So toodaloo.